Okay, good morning, S2. I hope you're all well and that you've been enjoying your digital learning so far. This week, we're going to start looking at our first religious belief in life after death. And remember, this unit is going to contribute towards your religion, belief, and values award. So it's really important that you get as much done as you can in this unit. Your title for this lesson is Heaven and Hell. And your learning intention is to understand what Christianity, Islam, and Judaism teach about life after death. So your title is Heaven and Hell. Your learning intention is to understand what Christianity, Islam, and Judaism teach about life after death. Your success criteria, which you don't have to write down, is to analyze similarities and differences between these beliefs. So, in your jotters, what I'd like you to do is, if possible, if it isn't possible, that's fine. I'd like you to, with a warm coloured pen, such as red, yellow, orange, I'd like you to write down all the words which you associate with hell. With a cold coloured pen, like blue, purple, green, I'd like you to write down all the words which you associate with heaven. If you don't have different colored pens or pencils, that's fine. If you just do two different lists, that'd be excellent. So I want you to write an answer to this question. Does your behavior affect what happens after you die? So in full sentences, I'd like you to answer this question. Does your behavior affect what happens after you die? Explain why. Yes, no, I don't know. So you're now going to watch another video clip which describes some beliefs in life after death. And they're Christianity, Islam, and also it very briefly looks at nirvana, which is a Buddhist belief. And I'd like to answer these 5 questions in full sentences in your jotter based on that video. Then you're going to answer this question. If heaven and hell exist, do you think they exist physically, so they are actually physically here like the earth, or spiritually, that maybe they exist in a different reality? Give at least one reason for your answer. So I'm not asking you if you believe in heaven and hell. I'm just asking you that if they were to exist, do you think they would exist physically or spiritually? So I'm not asking you if you believe in heaven and hell. So you can all answer this question. Next up is an analysis task. So in the Bible, Jesus says, "In my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. I go to prepare a place for you." What do you think this means? So you can't do the discussion, but I'd like you to write down what you think this quote from the Bible means. So, in my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. I go to prepare a place for you. And Jesus said this. And for those of you who aren't well versed in Christianity, God is the Father who's referred to in this quote. So God the Father, Jesus' Father. So what you're going to do now is you're going to read some information slips about what Christians, Muslims, and Jews believe about the afterlife. What I want you to do is take down information about the 3 beliefs and then answer these 2 questions. How are the Christian, Muslim, and Jewish beliefs in the afterlife similar to one another? And how are they different to one another? Again, in full sentences, I'd like you to first of all take notes on Christianity, Islam, and Judaism and what they believe about the afterlife. And then you have to answer those 2 questions in full sentences underneath. So how are they similar? How are they different? Your final task for this lesson is this. Are you convinced by any of the beliefs which you've studied today? Give at least 2 reasons for your answer. So I am convinced by Christianity's belief in life after death. I'm not convinced in any beliefs which I've studied today. I don't know if I'm studied. I don't know if I'm studied. I don't know if I'm convinced by any of the beliefs which I've studied today, because. So 2 reasons for your answer. And once you've done that, you've finished this week's lesson. So I hope you're all well. Please contact me if you need any support. You know I'm more than happy to help if you need it. I'm looking forward to seeing you all back in the classroom as soon as possible. But until then, keep working hard. I do look at your work and I see some really, really good examples of your work every single week. It's really impressive, folks. So just keep it up, and I'll hopefully see you in the classroom sooner rather than later. Bye for now.